How'd you find your style?
The 11th Doctor from Doctor Who. I convinced my nephew that I was him, actually. Playing the TARDIS sound in a different room and then coming out in the full getup with the suspenders and the fez hat and the sonic screwdriver.
That's adorable.
It has been amazing having you on the team. How has it been so far?
It's definitely the best culture I've ever been in. We're not set in any sort of ways. Everyone here is just like, if there's a way to improve it, let's do it. Let's talk about it.
And that's kind of how an agency should be, right? I mean, especially when we're in a realm like digital marketing, it's a field that doesn't stop changing. It's by definition always advancing with the technologies that we have available to us.
Yeah, exactly. And if you get stuck in your ways, you're just immediately behind. So what brought you to Studio 88?
At my last agency, I did a couple of different roles, but this time I really wanted to double down on SEO. Although I really like writing and language and storytelling, the technical side is like the background of the play. It's what happens when the curtains are actually closed, the set's changing, and it's essential for it to be a success, but it's also not front and center. And I thought being able to find a way to marry those two things together would be very, very fun as a challenge.
Yeah, you are the best with SEO metaphors. My favorite forest one that you were just telling, I love that metaphor.
Sure, yeah. I mean, that's actually how I think about it. It's like when you're creating a content strategy, when you're trying to show up online, you have to create articles. You have to be able to show your expertise. Being able to plant different trees, plant your forest, be able to begin ranking for a variety of different keywords with different articles, different types of pages and content. It takes a while to grow because it is organic. And eventually, after the first few months, that might just seem like you're only seeing saplings. It's just sprouts coming up to the ground. But eventually, those trees begin to sprout leaves, and they begin to capture more sunlight. And you can think of sunlight as traffic awareness, visibility. And the taller your forest gets, the broader the canopy becomes, the more visibility and attention you get, and that in turn brings people to those articles. And if you design them well, if you make them helpful, people have good experiences, Google recognizes those experiences, and it helps to reinforce itself in that way. And you begin to be taller and taller and taller. When you invest in SEO, the value does retain for a while, but you can't stay stagnant because you begin to drift.
It's so easy to just think okay, I started SEO, I gave it 4 weeks and I'm not number one. There's all these companies saying they can skyrocket you to the top, what are they actually doing when they're saying that?
There are a lot of agencies that prioritize metrics that have more to do with vanity than they do with value. It looks good.
That's very true.
When you're ranking number one for hundreds of keywords. It looks good when you're getting lots of views and impressions for your content. But what is the average session duration? How many people are actually picking up an item, inquiring about a service, reaching out and talking to you? If people can see your article is there, but they don't click, that's not that much value going to your business. Exactly. There are a lot of brands that in the past, back in the old, more Wild West days of SEO, would name their businesses dentist in insert city. So in a lot of ways, before there was search engine optimization, there was yellow page optimization, where different businesses would pay yellow pages to take advantage of how they order their business listings in alphabetical order.
Trying to cheat the system, that's never a good long-term plan. If you're not investing in your brand and have nothing to stand for, you're just going to lose to competitors. What are some of the components that make for a good SEO strategy?
Have amazing and helpful content, have a very well thought through brand, and be sincere, be authentic about that, and make sure that there's consistency across how you communicate that to your customers. Having a very technically well-made website is really important. Even something like a grocery store, the layout and design really matters. Some designs can be confusing and some can be very clear and feel intuitive. Someone who goes into your store shouldn't feel like they get lost just trying to find something that they need. And websites are the exact same way. You have to be talking to your dev team, your design team, your brand director, and making sure that everything is working cohesively. Where a lot of agencies really struggle is with that holistic experience of delivering on the omni-channel buyer's journey. They might only do digital ads or SEO, but they don't necessarily help build a brand. Maybe they build amazing websites, but they can't really do anything actually giving you that product. Studio 88 is unique in that we can handle every aspect of that buyer's journey and then some. We're an agency that's always thinking, what can we do more?
Yeah.
In this industry, you have to run as fast as you can just to stay in the same place. But if you do it well enough, you actually do get ahead.
That is true. I know new tools all the time. You're experiencing right now like a weird Google bug or glitch, whatever you want to call it. Like literally every hour it feels like there could be a new thing. How do you keep up?
You just always have to be learning. Like that has to be your default. Like if you're somebody who's not curious, you shouldn't be an SEO because you're going to dislike it a lot.
We've talked about a lot of, just really how AI as a search console is changing. What are your thoughts so far? What have you read about it?
So like when people say AI, most of the time they're just referring to large language models. They're really good at processing and they produce a lot of text. Usually that's the main ways that they're being used. It is ongoing and developing. In the same way that Google is always updating its algorithms and how it works to do a better job, those competitors are now doing the same thing. The biggest thing that SEOs can do is just keep paying attention. Like keep watching. And don't focus so much on the tactics, but focus on the actual goal, which will not change. A mature SEO strategy requires a bunch of different components, and you will have to continue investing in it.
Yep. Well, thanks so much for talking today. Every time we talk, seriously, I'm learning more and more. So
No, it's a pleasure. I really enjoyed, and it's been amazing having you on the team, being able to handle the complex situations that you're drawn into. I'm glad that I'm not alone in it. That's the way to put it.
yeah, no, thank you. I'm happy to be here.